Identity theft. What are chemical properties of matter? Physical properties are not the only properties that describe matter. A chemical property describes a substance's ability to change into a new substance with different properties. Common chemical properties include flammability and reactivity with substances such as oxygen, water, and acids. They describe how a substance changes. Can you think of a chemical property for the metal iron? When left outdoors in wet weather, iron rusts. The ability to rust is a chemical property of iron. The metal silver does not rust, but eventually a darker substance called tarnish forms on its surface. You may have noticed a layer of tarnish on some silver spoons or jewelry. Rusting and tarnishing are chemical properties because the metal changes. After rusting or tarnishing, a portion of the metal is no longer the metal, but a different substance. Iron can form rust, turning a once shiny car into a crumbling relic. They can be observed by attempting to change the identity of a substance. One way to identify a chemical property is to observe the changes that a substance undergoes. Wood for a campfire has the chemical property of flammability, the ability to burn. When wood burns, new substances are formed: water, carbon dioxide, and ash. These new substances have different properties than the wood had. Reactivity is another chemical property that can be identified by observing changes. Reactivity is the ability of a substance to interact with another substance and form one or more new substances. You can also observe a chemical property of a substance by attempting to change the substance, even if no change occurs. For example, you can observe that gold is non-flammable by attempting to burn it. A chemical property of gold is that it is non-flammable. Reactivity is a chemical property. Vinegar and baking soda react to make a salt, water, and carbon dioxide gas. Flammability, or the ability of a substance to burn, is a chemical property. For example, the wood building in the photo is flammable, and the suits that help keep the firefighters safe are flame resistant. Property boundaries. What is the difference between physical and chemical properties? A physical property can always be observed without changing the identity of a substance. The mass of a log can be observed without changing the log. A chemical property, however, is observed by attempting to change the identity of a substance. To witness a log's flammability, you must try to set the log on fire. A substance always has physical and chemical properties. For example, a log is flammable even when it's not burning.